Dr. Terrell is the non-executive chairman for the Kiromic Biopharma in Houston. Kiromic is currently conducting multiple clinical trials and is developing the world's first off-the-shelf immunotherapy pill to reprogram the patient's immune system to defeat cancer. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? If that weren't enough, Dr. Terrell is the Chief Medical and Scientific Officer for Generex Biotechnology, an integrated healthcare holding company providing physicians, hospitals, and providers comprehensive solutions for patient-centric care, from rapid diagnosis through the delivery of personalized therapies, streamlining care processes, minimizing expenses, and delivering transparency for payers. He is also a faculty member at the University of Texas at Austin, Dell Medical School, Department of Oncology, where he serves as an industry and clinical expert for the Texas Health Catalyst program, supporting researchers, innovators, and entrepreneurs to accelerate the translation of ideas and innovations to health products that will change our lives. I just had the opportunity to meet Dr. Terrell during this weekend, and even in the short time that I've spent with him, a few things were immediately obvious to me. First of all, to do what he does, he has a level of discipline and commitment that requires an extraordinary commitment. He cares deeply for his family, and he's humble. So I hope you'll join me in welcoming the 2019 Shepperd Pathfinder Award recipient, Dr. Jason Terrell.
Thank you, Becky. I have to tell you, I really enjoyed that introduction, because it's not often that you have somebody just goes there and cherry picks all the good things about what you're doing and ignores the bad. So I may never be more well-respected than I am right now. It's about to go downhill, so get ready. But it's really a great honor to be affiliated with the Shepperd Institute. And it's very humbling to be, nominated and given this award. So I appreciate it. I also appreciate all the hard work that the organizers put in for many months organizing this, putting this together, and thank you to the sponsors. Throughout last night and today, we've had so many great speakers with such insight about leadership. I didn't really know what else I could say that would add anything. So I asked the staff if they had any recommendations, and I didn't know if they wanted me to talk about medicine or cancer innovation, and they said just say something keeping in the theme, bringing it home, which was one of John Shepperd's favorite sayings. And we all know he was from Odessa and loved Odessa, and I think that phrase that he liked so much is typical classical West Texan, bring it home. It's simple, straightforward, to the point, but it's also powerful and profound. When I hear bring it home or bring it home, that to me that kind of reminds me of almost like a battle cry. And I picture a commander rallying his troops before they go into battle, or maybe a quarterback firing up the team before they take the field. And those are all excellent examples of leadership. So in preparing the talk, I started to think all these examples of leadership. Well, what defines these leaders? What makes them different? How could you characterize or qualify these things? So I started. I had this list of adjectives, this mental list I was running through, and all of a sudden I was reminded of something from my childhood, which I had memorized for years. And from the time I was 5 or 6, I was involved in Boy Scouts from 5 or 6 all the way until 16 when I earned the Eagle Scout. And one thing that they teach you in scouting is this code of ethics that's known as the Scout Law. And it was written in the early 1900s by General Baden-Powell, who himself was an impressive, a very forward-thinking leader. But the Scout Law says a scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And once I remembered that list, I thought, okay, I'm done with my list of adjectives. That is actually all. That's all you do. If you think about that, those really embody the fullness of what is morality, and integrity, character, and virtue. So I thought that is what we all hope for and look for in leaders. And though that's a pretty extensive list, I thought what's probably more interesting and intriguing is the things that didn't make that list. Some things that Baden-Powell left out, perhaps intentionally and very insightfully. Because when we think of leaders, most of us would immediately start to list, things like smart, strong, confident, decisive, assertive, things like that. And those are all, excellent, necessary, very, positive attributes. But those things I think more describe, personality traits of leaders who tend to, rise to positions of authority and status and power. And though they're good, that's really not the qualities of leadership that I kind of wanted to focus on today. But the truth is that the best leaders, most effective leaders, often don't lead from the spotlight or don't lead from a podium. The best, most effective, most powerful leaders, type of leaders, that I like to follow, they just lead by example. They just live their lives. Their leadership is unintentional because those principles of the Scout Law, it's the foundation of their very essence and existence. It's woven into every fabric of their character. People like that, they lead all day, every day. They impact everybody they encounter. And for the people who know them best, they're a constant source of motivation and encouragement. So I think that's the type of leaders that Baden-Powell, had in mind when he wrote the Scout Law and tried to instill that message into the young boys. And it's certainly the mission and the goal of the Shepperd Leadership Institute to also, convey those to all the students and to help educate students and what it really means to be a good and effective leader. And it's because of that type of leadership, that I'm standing here today. Specifically, I'm talking about the table there that came here to support me. I couldn't be luckier to have that group, and these people, they're my motivation to work hard. Work hard and live right, every day. So, to my family, thank you, and to the Shepperd Leadership Institute, thank you for this opportunity.